everybody claims to have the answers. I don't know if I have any answers outside of what I have discovered today, and I may be wrong tomorrow. But I'm confident enough in my own curiosity to know if something makes common sense, if it aligns with my values, if I think I should share it with my kids as a learning lesson, if I think I can help the people around me get a little bit better from the stuff that I'm discovering, then I'm going to do that. I don't need to be the end-all, be-all prophet of anything, to be honest with you. Because when you claim to fucking know everything, you can't be wrong. Those guys fall hard. They go down in a fiery blaze. Greg Vetter Podcast here with Go-Go Mo. Again. He's got the fresh fade. He's got the Bass Pro.
Yeah.
They trimmed up the beard. He's in all black. He's like a ninja.
I'm a gaffer.
He's an Annapolitan fucking ninja. Side note, did you know that ninjas don't actually dress in all black? That was originally people working on those type of like Japanese plays that were dressed in all black that would then come up into the play and like move stuff around. Uh-huh. But the real ninjas just dressed up in normal clothing.
Now, that makes ninjas kind of boring.
I know.
I like the all black.
Hell yeah. Ninja with only Gaiden. The eyes.
Yeah, from Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo.
Last Samurai. Yep. When the fucking ninjas attacked the samurai. That was the shit. All right. So I wrote a Substack article and it was titled, I lost a $300 million company and found the meaning of life.
Yes, and people seem to like that.
They did. And it's interesting because I was driving and I'm always pondering this probably more than I should. Like, what are we fucking here for, man?
I went through a stage of that maybe might have been a year or a year and a half ago when I was like, okay, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, 4th of July.
Just on repeat.
And those I was like, we just keep, it's just the same thing. And then I said, I guess it's just those days in between there that make it different. But sometimes, I don't know, I was just thinking about that. I was like, it's just the same thing every year. And the real ones are on like New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving. No, I would say New Year's Eve, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Those are the real ones to you in your life.
It's other ones.
Easter.
Okay, Easter, yes. We just had Easter.
Well, so in my meditations, in my quest to find answers, which I don't really have any, I did come to what I think the meaning of life is. And
but before that, you thought it was the $300 million company you lost?
Well, before that, I didn't know what the meaning of life was. And I think I was completely consumed by my own ambition to accomplish the goals that I had, to make an impact on the world, to live a life that was really interesting, to live an adventure, and in the process try and figure it out that way, through action.
Yeah.
And I did learn a lot. I learned kind of everything not to do, which I think for me specifically is more important from a learning lesson perspective, so that I have a deeper understanding of what to do. And initially, what I figured out was the 4 things money can't buy. And that's really the most important things in your life. And that's really what success is, not life, but success, which is the 4 things money can't buy: your time, your health, your soul, and your children's love.
That health thing really deep, because I just was, not to go off, but just a small tangent. I was watching a video where a guy says, you have hundreds of problems when everything's going good, but as soon as your health goes, you only have one problem.
Right. Get your health right.
Yep.
Have you heard that black comedian that did that whole thing? But you got two problems. He's kind of like a motivational speaker, Christian type comedian.
I gotta find
Dude,
it.
I'll send it to you.
But
he's
yeah,
like, and then you got
interesting.
two problems: get better, get worse. If you get better, you got nothing wrong. You get worse, you got two problems. And then he goes through this whole thing. It's really funny. But the health thing is interesting. My brother-in-law's dad died 2 days ago.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear.
He just found out he was sick in January. Found out he was sick, died 2 days ago. This also happened to a girl on Broadley's lacrosse team.
A young girl?
Her dad.
Oh, man.
See him at all the games. Healthy, college lacrosse player, looked phenomenal, looked healthy, looked happy. Found out he had cancer in October. Died, I think, right before Christmas. Like that. So we focus on, I got to get more money. I got to get this car. I got to get this house. I got to get this. Well, none of that shit matters if you're dead. None of it.
And no one's going to remember that.
No one's going to remember it. Your kids are not going to remember that. So anyway, building this company, losing it, feeling like I hit rock bottom, later to find out rock bottom has a basement.
Right.
Understanding that the 4 pillars of success are being able to kind of own your time, your health, your soul, your children's love. But that really didn't give me what is the meaning of life yet.
Right. You just was getting little pieces.
I was getting in it.
Yeah.
I was digging in.
Okay.
So I wrote a book on prayer and manifestation, was kind of digging in deep to why are some prayers answered, others aren't. Always been doing a deep dive into God, heaven, what's here after we leave. Just read a book on near-death experiences and the commonality between all of those experiences. So this guy, I think he spent 20 years interviewing people
that had near-death experiences?
That like died for multiple minutes
and then
came back. And all of them had very, very, very similar experiences. They left their body. They could see the entire room. They knew details that no one could have known or told them. Like it's insane. Then they go up, they fucking meet Jesus. They fucking see God. They feel the energy, this whole thing.
And this is a book you're reading?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's basically his entire documented interview and analysis of all of the near-death experience interviews he's had. He also interviewed 30% of the people he interviewed went to hell. Or almost got there. And it was so traumatic, they couldn't even fucking really talk about it. One dude came to, like, they started taking him down a hallway. He, like, comes back up and starts screaming at the surgeon to fucking pray for him. And they interviewed the surgeon. The surgeon's like, well, I wasn't religious. I didn't believe in God, but I just started fucking praying for this dude. And he came back. And, like, obviously his entire life changed after that shit.
Oh.
So anyway,
That's
with
scary.
all of that being said, I asked myself, well, what are we here to do? You know? Because like there's never a moment where you're done. There's never a moment where it's complete. There's never a moment where you have all the answers or you feel unbelievably confident or it all just makes sense. So what is the meaning of life?
Enjoy the journey.
Well, so it's not just that, but it was, or my analysis is, the meaning of life is to learn, to love, to be fully present for the journey you're on, and to have enough faith to believe that the God who designed your obstacles also designed you to survive them. That's it. Everything else is furniture.
And they also put in there that you shall be prosperous.
Well, you get to be prosperous depending on your definition of prosperous.
Yeah.
Because I think we live today in a time where if you had gone back 50 years and said, hey, man, this is what your life is going to look like. Every room you have is going to have a flat screen TV, and your car is going to have a flat screen TV in it, and you can start it from an app, and you can order anything you want from the world, and it arrives at your front door in one day, and people will do your grocery shopping for you, and you can have any answer of any question you could ever ask in 2 seconds.
You told me that in 1992, I'd be like, hell yeah.
You would be like, that is the fucking genie, dude. I found the genie, I'm rubbing it, and that. So again, being prosperous is a direct tie to your perspective of what being prosperous is, which then comes back to what I think the meaning of life is, which is like if you have the ability to learn,
right,
and to love, and to be fully present for the journey that you're on, and then have faith, and then you kind of layer in those 4 pillars of success: your time, your health, your soul, and your children's love. You've done it. You got it. Now, that hilarious quote of youth is wasted on the young. You don't, when you're 20, whatever, like everything I see now is a complete lack of perspective. And my dad's an interesting dude. He's lived all over internationally forever. And if you ask half our country's a piece of shit. If you ask the other half, it's the greatest country that's ever been in existence ever. And it really comes down to your perspective of how you choose to see the world. And I think it's interesting because my dad always said, like, when you see people like, this is fucking bullshit, this country's a piece of shit, he'd be like, you ever been here? No. Well, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because you will never find a place with more freedom and the ability for you to do whatever the fuck you want other than here right now in this country. And it doesn't matter if you agree politically. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you feel like there's racism or hate or everyone's a misogynist or it's a patriot. It doesn't fucking matter. If you choose to have your perspective of this is magnificent and your life is going to be wonderful, kind of like your view of the world, right? You're always like, I just know it's going to work out for me, baby.
Hey, man, keep the faith. Just keep on rolling.
Well, in your life is a great example of that. You continue to, your life is a self-fulfilling prophecy of your faith in the journey and your positive outlook on the world.
And sometimes I get down. I'm like,
everybody
can't stay there for too long. You know, sometimes I call my friends and like, hey, man, what about this? Why they not liking my post? That was a beautiful picture. You only got 3 likes. I'm going to stop, man. Man, forget this. And then, you know, I don't know.
Well, have you read or followed Rick Rubin at all?
Rick. Oh, yes, I read his book. The Creative.
Yeah. His entire thing, which I think is really interesting, is you should just be making stuff for you.
Yep. In the beginning, and I still do somehow. That's how I found out people just like stuff. I was like, if I like it, and I'm gonna put it out, and people like it, and that's basically how I do my artwork. If I like it, I'm gonna put it out because I like it.
Well, have you seen the statistics on some of these artists and musicians, like Picasso's hit rate of what actually hit versus how many things he did?
Yeah, we only know probably 12 of the things that he did that made him big.
1,100 were technically successful. He put out 150,000 pieces. So count the pictures that you've taken and posted.
Right.
Is it 150,000?
Hell no, it's only 3,000.
Right.
On my Instagram, yeah, I only got 3,000.
Right. So you're 1.5% of the way there.
Right.
And I think it's interesting because, again, this article did better than my other articles. I don't know if it was overly... it was interesting, obviously. I almost didn't put it out.
Why?
Who the fuck am I to be talking about the meaning of life?
It's just your perspective.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, I'm always... Okay, this is how I view the world, but does anybody else need to hear my 2 cents on deeper shit like that? I don't know. But apparently they do.
That's funny you said that because I made myself a Substack and I was like, why am I making a Substack? I'm not even a writer. And I was trying to I looked up and see if it was any photographers on there, and then it was people who post pictures and then they write a whole story under. I was like,
you should.
I was like, I don't know if I even write that good. I don't think I'm an awesome writer.
But it's about, why Van Gogh became famous, right?
Yes, his what was his
sister-in-law.
Brother's wife?
Yeah,
took all his artworks and then she put them with the letters that he wrote.
Yeah, about why he painted them.
Yeah,
and she published a book of there's the one picture. I think it's just of his bedroom or something, right? It's literally of a bed in a room and there's a vase on it or something. And he said, I'm going to butcher this, but it was this was the first time he had ever felt at peace. And so he wanted to record the only place in the world that he had ever been at peace or something.
Right.
And because she published that book and that there was meaning behind it, then everybody wanted these different pieces of art because there was additional meaning. And I think for you, it is interesting the why of stuff. Why are you taking a picture of this? And it's well, I'm on a farm and I'm in between these sets. And, I always take pictures when the sun comes through the clouds. Yeah. I always say that's God. So I'm always ching.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always drawn to light and shadows.
Yeah.
Hard lights. I just like stuff. I like very dark images.
Yeah.
And that's usually what I take.
This article was an accumulation of a lot of my general beliefs. So I have one of my favorite quotes in there, Joseph Campbell, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." I don't know if there's ever been a truer quote about life than getting into that dark, deep shit that you're avoiding at all costs. To realize once you get in there that everything you've been avoiding, the keys to all of the different doors that you're trying to unlock, they're all in there. And it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be very scary. And all of your greatest fears are going to be exposed in the process. But then you're going to walk out of that cave a completely different human.
Yeah, because you're probably not scared of those things
Right.
no more because you confronted them. And now you know how to navigate through them.
I was scared of the dark as a kid because I lived in Epping Forest. There's no street lights.
Yeah, it's dark back
Dude,
there.
it's fucking dark. There's no sidewalks. You're in a forest. There's shit moving in the leaves. You don't know what it is. So that's probably why I'm so fast. You know, my mom would call me for dinner and I'm just like, and the sun's dropping. I'm on the other side of the community and I'm just out, bro. I'm just fucking
balling,
sprinting, and it's all hills. I'm sprinting up these hills. But my dad took me out in the dark, like dark. And he was just like, we're going to go on a walk. And your eyes are going to get acclimated. And you're going to realize there's nothing to be scared of. And we went on a walk and my eyes adjusted and I could see and the moon was out. And you're like, oh, wow, the moon's pretty bright and this and that. And
right.
I wasn't scared anymore after that. And that is the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek because, oh, check, not scared of that. Now I have a template to accomplish or overcome fear. Okay, I'm going to go sit in it. I'm going to go see what's going on there.
That's the thing. People don't want to sit in it.
They don't. They want to numb everything so that they never have to sit in it.
Yeah, they don't want to sit in it. And I think that's what you got to do. You just got to sit there and just
Indian style.
Just take it in.
Take it in. Why do I want to numb myself right now? Why is this anxiety so high? Can I overcome the anxiety? Can I overcome the fear? Can I have a different perspective? Can I write out my greatest fears? Can I solve any of my problems? And it is funny because when you have something overtaking you and it just consumes your whole mind, I always tell people, just write it out. It's probably only 2 sentences.
Yeah, sometimes.
And you think it's a fucking book.
Yeah, and you just don't know what it is. Sometimes you get like that when you can't sleep. It just get that eerie feeling.
And it will not get out.
Yeah, you just get that eerie feeling sometimes I get it when it's just pitch black dark. And I'm trying to go to sleep and I just can't go to sleep. And just get that eerie feeling. So I got to get up and maybe go downstairs and I turn the light on. I don't know. I think maybe because I be on my phone if I'm not on my phone, I'll be on my computer, or if I'm not on there, I might be on the iPad, or I might be watching TV. It's just like something that's always going on to keep my attention going. But when you just sit in that dark.
In the silence.
And there's nothing. You start to just itching like. I'm
like you're in Debo's chicken coop.
Yeah. I'm like, man, what's going on? I can't go to sleep. I was like, okay, I gotta get up.
You need to get in the silence more.
That's why I just sit. That's what April told me. She said, you just can't never just sit down and do nothing.
I drive in silence. I work out in silence.
Yeah, but you're still doing something. I think it's more of just sitting and just being still and just being with yourself.
Yeah. You're trying to avoid that?
I don't think so, but sometimes, I don't know. Maybe it was a bad batch of weed one time. Got me real paranoid.
That is so funny. Yeah. No, I read a quote years ago. Only when the rest of the world is silent can you hear its deeper vibration. So that's why I wake up so early and just sit in the silence.
I've been walking outside early when it's still dark. Just walk around my community and just have my headphones on, listen to some nice, I've been listening to Nappy Hill. I've been listening to a whole bunch of just, I guess, motivational, inspirational speaking. And, you know, just, I don't know, I think maybe because I be on my phone or I be if I'm not on my phone, I'll be on my computer or if I'm not on there, I might be watching TV. It's just, I don't know. I think maybe because I be on my phone or I be if I'm not on there, I might be watching TV. It's just, I don't know. I think And kind of a lot of them, in bits and pieces, they kind of just, all of them say mostly the same thing of what you got to do. Like just the basics of having confidence in yourself, believing in yourself, taking action. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll never be ready. You just gotta, you start and then you start to get ready. You become ready through the process. But if you're waiting on to be ready, you're never going to be ready.
No.
And you're never going to take action. So I've been trying to take some of that in and trying to, initiate some of those steps. And some of the stuff they say, I hear from you as well. You say the same thing. I was like, so it's just like, I guess it's the world's basic guide to, I guess, living or your own personal type of success. These are the basic steps or guides you should follow. Even when I read our little daily scripture book, they got the same stuff in there. I can kind of relate. Okay, well, somebody said something similar to that here, and then sometimes I listen to the Stoics stuff.
Yep.
I remember that one book you gave me a long time ago. I still go back and listen to that every now
Meditations or Seneca's Letters to Lucilius?
Yes, Seneca's Letters.
Dude, you want to talk about somebody... We all think all of our problems are so unique.
As my father said, and as people, my father said, hey, old person always told me there's nothing new under the sun. He said everything has already been done. Even in the book, was it Still Like an Artist or something that I was reading? It was like every idea has already
we're just combining them in different ways.
Yeah. You're getting better technology, and something that you think that you just came up with has already been done. You're just doing it in a different way.
Yep. But that also just comes down to the lack of perspective and the fact that we don't ground ourselves every morning with what we're doing all this for.
That's because we're watching everybody else do this stuff.
And we're comparing ourselves, and we're distracting ourselves.
I find myself doing that
and
as well.
We're numbing ourselves, and we don't. This comes back. We don't want to sit in the silence and just. I make my kids do this every morning. Write out your goals. Write out why they are your goals. And write out one thing you're going to do today to move towards your goals, accomplishing them. Because if you can start every day off with that basic level of foundation and just grounding and saying, this is what I'm working towards today. This is why I care. This is one thing I can do to move a little bit closer. And then if you can put some overarching perspective on it, which is where we're at now, right? Because like we're not trying to make varsity or, do this or do that. We're like trying to be good dads and try and build businesses and make sure our kids turn out great and deal with whatever fucking political chaos is going on in the world. How does that affect our business? Is this new book going to work out? Is this new business going to work out? How am I going to tell my kids I'm a fucking idiot? Like we're dealing with so much shit every single day. But if you can ground yourself on what is the purpose of me being here? What is the meaning of all of this? I go to that Friday men's group. Matt Vetter. Yeah, Matt Vetter named it Dudes into Jesus, which I think is the funniest name ever. But one of the things was, there's always this debate on, does God test you? And my whole view is always, it's not a test as in a pass or fail. It's an observation
to see
like
where
a
you're at.
parent when a kid falls down when they're learning to walk and they're sitting there going, get up. Can you get back up?
Right. They're not going to rush over to pick you up.
Right. They're going to sit there and go, get up. Can you get up? Because you're going to have to learn how to walk eventually.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is that's what I feel like life is. Right? All of these obstacles that we call obstacles are not. It's like we fell down, we're a little kid. Get up. You're going to be fine. You don't even have to brush your knees off. You're fucking one. You got no kneecaps, bitch. Like, get up, take another step. We got a long road ahead. Right. But we think we're in our 40s. We're like, dude, I'm about to die. And it's like, no, man. You're going to live to, well, hopefully, if you get into the Stoics, it's live every day like it's your last, But we're probably going to live into triple digits with advancements in modern technology. Yeah. You don't even have a fucking wrinkle on your face.
Making tune-ups.
Black don't crack.
Yeah, baby,
no one knows your age.
I started working out again, baby. So,
but it does change your perspective of my journey. I want to be close to the finish line in terms of success or whatever it is. Dude, lacrosse games, they have 4 quarters. I may be in the fucking beginning of the second quarter.
Right.
I got so much more to play. We haven't even had halftime yet. I'm judging my entire life on how I played in the first quarter.
Right.
That's nothing.
That's just a warm-up.
Bro, we're just the ligaments are just getting warmed up. I'm figuring out if the refs are going to be throwing flags or not.
Right.
Like, we still got so much time to get it done.
And that's if you move with, I guess, strategic. Well, yeah, I would say strategic, but if you know and you found out what you want to do, and it doesn't have to be precise what you want to do, just if you're in the right arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or how about the right zip code?
Yeah, the right zip code. Yeah, and I was blessed to find mine. I believe I found mine early. Now, if it does a 360, I just always thought art is my thing, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to do art.
Yeah. I mean, I think mine is always evolving. I thought I was going to be some big-time business CEO mogul, and maybe there's still time for that. But in reality, I think my real purpose is this type of stuff, which is having very candid, blunt, normal conversations with people about stuff that nobody wants to talk about, or they try and act like they're smarter than they are. Everybody claims to have the answers, and I don't know if I have any answers outside of what I have discovered today, and I may be wrong tomorrow, but I'm confident enough in my own curiosity to know if something makes common sense, if it aligns with my values, if I think I should share it with my kids as a learning lesson, if I think I can help the people around me get a little bit better from the stuff that I'm discovering, then I'm going to do that. I don't need to be, the end-all, be-all prophet of anything, to be honest with you, because from my experience, those guys fall hard. When you claim to fucking know everything,
oh yeah,
those dudes, they go down in a fiery blaze.
Because they try to keep up that perception.
Well, they have to. You can't be wrong. Or like it, and this is something I always feel bad for, the fitness model influencer type people, because it's like, you can't be fucking shredded and beautiful forever. If your entire life hangs in 7% body fat and a chiseled face, like, you're gonna get old, motherfucker. Like, you better be doing something more than that.
Yeah, who are you outside of the working out and being toned up?
Right. And again, I love working out.
You do.
I do it 7 days a week. It clears my mind. I like pushing my body to the limit. I like to see what's possible. I want to see what the human body is capable of. But that's not
who you are.
Yeah. It's something that I do because I enjoy it. Like, I'm not out here trying to fucking convince everybody to get, below 10% body fat. If you can do it, great. If you can't do it, I don't care. How do you feel? And then what does it take to get that? Like, are you going to be ignoring your kids so that you can get below 10% body fat? Bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm driving kids to practices. We're eating in my car. I'm doing what I can do.
Go and have that burger.
Hell yeah. I love burgers.
I know. I'm
Smash
back
burgers
on burgers after May.
Well, I mean, you just put it into your daily routine.
Yeah, you just got to
if you're lifting heavy, today I was doing 5 sets of trap bar deadlifts.
That's the one with the bar going around you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just lift it up.
And doing
5 sets?
Yeah, big heavy weight, 8 reps. So I eat whatever I want. I think the last one was 345 for 8 on the 5th set or whatever.
That's about. Yeah, that's almost my max at deadlift.
Well, I mean, I'm seasoned over time.
Yeah, I think my max around like 365.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all about for me. It's about neutral mechanics, dude. I'm not trying to get fucking injured doing that shit.
Yeah. You don't want to get injured.
I mean, it takes too long to heal now.
I think my shoulder still hurt.
Right. It's just like, what pain can I just ignore is basically how I deal with it.
Mm. So with all we said about the meaning of life, if we could give the viewers just what would you call that thing?
I would tell them all just to read the poem If by Kipling. Or if you really want to just hear it done beautifully, Michael Caine on YouTube reads it. And to me, that is life in a nutshell. That to me kind of brings it all together of having faith, loving, learning, and just understanding that you're on a fucking journey. Yeah. And you need to sit in it and stop trying to get onto the next train. Like, you're on the fucking train right now.
Yeah, you're already on the train.
It. Take it in.
You're looking for the train that you're already on, but you probably can't see it because you're on it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I guess it doesn't. It's not how you envision, and that's why you can't see it.
Oh, that's always it.
Yeah.
And then
I live that all the time.
Well, and then the other part, not to keep going on a tangent, but it's like, then when it's like too good, when the train's too nice.
Self-sabotage.
Then you're like, am I on the right fucking train?
Like, what's going on here?
Is the conductor going to come kick me off this fucking train?
I just posted one of your old videos titled, "Do You Think You're Worthy?"
I saw that this morning.
Yeah. I just posted that, and when you just said that, made me think of it. Like, you said you see all these people get all this money and they rise to a high level of fame, and then they just set it all on fire.
Happens
like, why did they do that?
Dude, it's crazy. It's the
people who win the lottery, millions of dollars, and then 2 years,
gone.
it's all gone. That's because they got it so fast.
We should do a conspiracy theory show because I have a whole conspiracy on the lottery, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But that was really the Substack article on what I learned losing a $300 million company and in turn finding the meaning of life. I guess it was a worthy exchange. You're like, nah, bitch, give me that fucking money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still working
through it.
Yeah, I'm still working to get some time where I can just wake up. Sometimes you don't want to wake up at 4 a.m., but I guess once you get used to it, you're just gonna be waking up at that early anyway, because you find out that really jump starts.
My grandparents woke up at that time until they died. In their 90s. Woke up, went on a walk. They just were locked in, dude.
Yeah, I guess after you keep on doing it, you're going to get locked in. It's just second nature. That's how my uncle, he retired probably about a year out now, but he said, hey, man, I wake up at 4.
Right, he's hardwired.
At 12 o'clock p.m., you call him, he say, hey, Hoss, half the day gone now. I'm ready to go back in the house.
All right.
At 12 p.m. I said, what you talking about? He said, man, I've been up since 4 o'clock, 12 p.m., half the day gone. I'm ready to go in the house now. I'm done.
Yep.
But yeah, so life is what you make it. Enjoy the journey. And don't be so hard on yourself.
Well,
give yourself grace.
Yes. That's for sure. I'm still working on that. Well, this is the Greg Vetter Podcast. Go Mo in the house. The meaning of life. See ya.